This kind of weather helps a little bit. You know, at this time with the spring ball, and we've had 9 practices, and we might be dragging a little bit, so we've been working pretty hard. So it was a good day. Good day. So.
Any update on Patrick Claremore?
He has a concussion, and we're just going to be very, very sensitive to it. And other than that, he's not cleared. Could be a while. You know, I'm not sure if he's out for a day or a week or the whole spring, but you know, I think, like I've said many times, you don't mess around with head injuries. So his symptoms haven't cleared yet, so he's not out here yet. You saw Aaron Walsh was out here doing some things, so his symptoms had cleared to the point where he was okay to do, you know, some physical activity with Pat Wimby. That's not really. You just got to be careful. You got to be really careful with those things, man. Really careful.
I would think that he was practice for the first half and the second half practice.
Yeah, he's been nursing a groin. Nothing that's held him out of any practice at all. He was running a little crossing route in what we call routes versus air period, and he just kind of turned weird, and it pulled a little bit, and you know, he's a pretty tough kid, man. He's been fighting through it, but we just pulled him out. I don't want to. You know, we've got a lot of guys down right now, and I'd like him to be able to finish the spring, so it was just kind of cautionary.
What are you seeing on your defensive line lately? Kind of makes you feel optimistic.
Well, I really like them. I think we've got outstanding depth. I think, and that's without the addition of Ellis yet. You know, I think we've got about 8 guys that I think are legitimate players at this level. And a couple of legitimate players at the next level. You know, I think that we're going to have a nice rotation, both at end, at nose tackle, to be able to keep guys fresh, play the run well, be sturdy against the run, get after the passer. To me, right now, it's probably the strength of our football team. It's our defensive line. And I think Angus is just doing a tremendous job coaching them. You know, they're technically sound. They play with discipline, with leverage. They're just doing a heck of a job. So it's, you know, when you're a defensive guy, and you know the old cliche, it all starts up front. I mean, it does. When you got a defensive line like that, it makes you feel good. So.
With Holmes, has anything surprised you about the fall or the spring that he's had?
Well, I mean, I only say no because I've never coached him before. You know, so he is what I've seen. That's all I know. So to say that anyone surprised me, you know, I can't say that. I can tell you this: I like what I see. We like what we see. He's doing a good job, especially for a guy that's making a position change like he is. He's so willing to do anything you ask. He's as hard a worker as you'll find. He's got a great attitude. He studies the game. He's smart. You know, he wants to be a good player. And so all those things kind of manifest themselves in good practice out here. So it doesn't surprise me, but it's encouraging, that's for sure.
Anthony Jefferson.
You know what? Anthony every day gets a little bit better. He gets a little bit better every day. You know, he's fought through some injuries. You guys know better about that than I do. You know, I can't judge him on anything other than what I've seen. And every day I feel a little bit better about Anthony. You know what I mean? He's becoming a legitimate player to me. I think he's tough. I think he's aggressive. I think he's physical. I think he's playing with more confidence now because he probably feels better. He's made some plays. His effort is really good. You know, at the start of the spring, I wasn't sure if he was going to buy in, and then he did. And you just see him playing better and better every day, and that's an encouraging thing for us.
Why weren't you sure he was going to buy in?
Just, you know, just some indicators that I'd seen in the winter where I just wasn't sure. But I think really what it was, Chris, was that he was not feeling good. You know what I mean? He wasn't feeling healthy, and I didn't know him. You know, I didn't know the kid, and so, you know, my initial perception was, this guy's, you know, kind of dour. But it was his injury. You know, he wasn't feeling good. And he's feeling better now, and his spirit is picked up. And it's fun to see, you know. I mean, he walks around every once in a while with a smile on his face, you know. And that's good to see.
You like defensive guys to smile?
Yeah,
okay.
I like everyone to smile. Yeah, except you.
Well, you're doing a good job.
No, I'll tell you what, I've been really impressed with him. I really have. You know, I don't know where he's going to end up, but he does a good job.
So the defensive line's the strongest part of the team. Where's the offensive line right now?
We're looking for depth and consistency there. You know, I'd be lying if I, you know, said that I was satisfied with where we are from a talent standpoint, from a depth standpoint. But I think we've got some guys here that are really willing. They work hard. I think that they'll develop into really good players. They're just young. I think that Torian White has a chance to be special. I mean, really a special football player. He's built like you want an offensive tackle to be built. He just needs to develop and mature and play games and get stronger and do those types of things. You know, I think that Xavier, you know, is every day knocks a little bit more rust off. You know, he's still got those great feet. Jeff Bach, I think, is a really sturdy player, a really solid player. Cheech is coming along. You know, Cheech is funny. You know, he doesn't. There's still a little bit of a language barrier at times. You know, he's in a meeting the other day, and Adrian Clem is talking about leverage. You got to play with leverage. You got to get leverage, and you know, for about 3 days he's talking about leverage. And you know, Cheech, get some leverage. And finally, Cheech said, "Coach, what is this thing you talk about leverage?" You know, and so I think we have to really. And I mean, it's funny, but you have to take into account that. You know, like today, Adrian's out there and saying, Cheech, get wider split, wider split, wider split. I said, he might not even know what a split is, you know. I mean, so we have to overcome that. But I think once we do, I think that kid can be really special. He's powerful, he's explosive, he's strong. There's a lot of things I like about him. And then we've got some good young talented kids coming in. But, you know, we've got some developing to do. We've got some things to take care of.